Hello everybody, my name is Paul. Today video I'm gonna talk about the poor mindset and how it's gonna affecting your life and make you move slower and make you extremely hard to move forward. Let's getting started. Behind me there's my childhood home garden, and we have very nice trees. Look like really tropical. We have three big trees on this side, and back behind me back is the beach where people having one of the largest lobsters productions in the whole Vietnam. My city's name is Cam Ranh. Uh, it's a capital of lobsters. In front of my eyes, we can see there's a huge mountain. So we have a really nice farmer over there is working on producing one of the best lobsters in Vietnam, and we are the largest lobster producer city, or the capital of lobster in Vietnam. Get back to the topic I would love to talk about: why the poor mindset will make you move significantly slower than you're supposed to be. Just in last couple of days, I sent a shipment, a full container of my charcoal to my client, and in my mindset, the possibility of my producers try to scam me and put a little bad products around a tons only in order to increase his profit is super low, extremely low. I also have people there on my team to check and make sure the quality is correct. But sometimes the supplier get a little bit cheeky, and they do their cheeky things. They put a little bit of this in, and it's really hard to see by your bare eyes when the worker is producing batch of 100 kilograms of charcoal every single minute. So in order for your eyes to track and see every bit of it is tough. Even though I have worker there in order to make sure the producers of the product is good, is outstanding, is what we could accept. And when the product arrived, uh, my client started to deliver the product to his client. And when they open some of the package, they saw a little bit of unripened charcoal. They see a little bit of broken charcoal is in a really small quantity. It's not a huge quantity. It's about a ton. In 100 tons, they put in a tons of bad product. I come and talk to my supplier. For sure, the first thing he do is that he denied, and but he don't have any evidence in order to back up his statement of he is not putting these things on the bag because it's in the bag, right? The reason why I say is extremely poor myself is because it's surely gonna slow down the relationship and the business between me and him. Look, I'm gonna be able to pack more container in the future. I surely know my capability in order to work with more clients. I know that I am one of the best supplier. I want the best offer. I have one of the best price. I am the most responsible persons when bad thing happen. And when these things happen, I told to my client, hey, I don't care even just a gram of the product, just 1 gram. You put it in on the weight, I gonna take it under my name and pay it back to you. So I really, I really don't care because it doesn't matter how many container in this planet. It's not gonna be able to ruin my reputation. I gotta pay it back. I gotta pay it back all because that's my responsibility. Because that's why I opened this business. Back in the day when I was sending a lot of fruit containers, selling fruit in the Vietnam culture, is always have the mindset, the really poor mindset of putting a little bad product is a good product to send it to the client and make it to a standard. I'm gonna tell you one of the stories. When I was in Long An, it's uh, a province in Vietnam where people producing a lot of dragon fruit. I tried to figure out why is the price at farm is equal to the price in the domestic market. How could people make profit out of something like that if it's just equal? It make no sense at all. So me with one of my team member, I get so mad at midnight. So I tell him, "Hey, we need to go to the market and check it out real quick because I cannot handle this. I cannot sleep with this problems that I couldn't solve in my mind." So I get on the motorbike and then we drive back to the market. It's around 45 minutes away from the province, from the hotel that we are staying right now. So after that, I purchased a bucket, a product, and test it out right away to see what in the bucket. And oh my goodness, I saw that they're mixing the good product, bad product, terrible product together in the same bucket and then sell it at the middle price. The price at farm of the good product. And that's the reason why I couldn't understand why the price at farm is the same at the price in the market. And it's just not about dragon fruit, it's about many other fruit stuff across the north to the south of Vietnam. Doesn't matter it's fruit or not. It could be about lobster. It could be about seafood. It could be about any other products in Vietnam. People gonna having a calcified system where they're mixing the bad stuff with the good stuff. I have no idea what to say about this mentality of the market in Vietnam. The reason why is that happened back in days we was in the extremely poverty when we just won the U.S. and take back the control of our country. You know, people started to do business and then business doing well, but started to more people jump into the business game, and then it make the market go down dramatically on the price because they just only know how to compete by price. They haven't learned how to competing by quality or responsibility or the branding like the West yet. So all we do is that we selling commodity, and all we try to do is that try to get a lower price, lower price, lower price. To the point, it's so stressful. It's so stressful that some farmers started to mixing a product bad and good together, and then they put it at the same grade, and then they send it to the market. And if you send a good product into the market, you cannot make money. They create a market to the point that if you send a good product at the right price, you cannot make money. Why? Because they're mixing bad products. That's obvious. So that poor mindset tell people to keep the price down and then keep it down further. It doesn't matter what quality, just keep the price down so that the consumer could purchase this and could be full at the first time, and also kick out all the other player, all the other supplier in the game. and only keeping us in the game. So that's the mentality that you're gonna meet a lot when you purchase product in Vietnam. When you try to export container product in Vietnam, they're just gonna add a little 1-2 tons of bad product at least in order for them to make a little bit more money, to get the edge, to get the advantage, to do anything. But man, that's slightly stupid. That's so that's so not smart about the way that we do business here. Look, when you work with me, I'm not gonna allow that to happen. You say, hey, I want to get A product, you're gonna get A product. You wanna get B product, you're gonna get B product. Except except for the scenario where I sell it to the market. And when the market already having this specific, so special grade where you have to mixing product in order to get that grade, then I have to do it because that's what the market want. The same philosophy happened with the China market. When I was selling jackfruit, the container jackfruit from Vietnam to China, the really funny thing is about the grade is that the jackfruit grade A in China it's just grade B in Vietnam. Grade B in China is grade C in Vietnam. So that people are gonna be so confused, so that new player come into the game cannot know what the heck to do. There's many more example across many products that I could telling you about, but you get the point I want to say right now. It's really silly way to do business that they have to invent it a new grade a product that mix between good and bad, and they market as something in order to sell it easier because they worry that if they sell it at the same price, telling people that they're gonna sell it at this quality for the short terms, yes, they're gonna lose clients because the other people giving the better price, right? But for long terms, if you're able to keeping your actions and your product quality and your words straightened at the same places you say and you do as what you say, then no one gonna compete with you on the periods of 20 years, 30 years. No one gonna compete with you. No one gonna be able to beat you after that because they need to rebuild their reputation. They ruin it all in the last 30 years, and they don't know how to do business with people who love to get the same quality. So we are here to solving that problems. And when my client saying that they're receiving, hey, I got these 1 tons of product in the 100 tons that you send me as a lower quality than it's supposed to be, I jumping in and take responsibility for that. Just 1 gram, I don't care. It's my responsibility. Even though I wasn't able to control that, it's my fault too. Even though that supplier was thinking short term and tricking me in order to get advantage of 1 ton so that he could add in his profits about $200. Man, I think that extremely stupid because I am now cannot work with him anymore. He was the silly man doing silly actions. He could have asking for more. He could have asking for 5 million Vietnam dong more or $200 for these 4 containers of product, and I say I happy to pay for it, but don't put any bad product in. No, he don't do it. He has to trick it a little bit and squeeze out that little amount profit. And as a man, as a person, I don't care what my supplier say. Even though he denies his action, even though he denies his responsibility, I gonna take it under my name. I don't care how many tons, I don't care how many containers was under quality. If you are my client, you wait out, I deal with it, I pay back for you. I gonna find a way, just fix the problems. I'm gonna change the supplier. I'm gonna make sure once again, if I know that is the problem, I'm gonna fix it once and forever. So guys, don't don't do things that ruining your reputation because you want to get kind in the short terms, because in long term, all the people, all the people gonna win, gonna do bigger business, gonna live the happy lives, gonna have nice clients who not doing tricky things. You're gonna have the bad client where it's ruin your reputation, where you don't have reputations anymore. No one want to recommend to you. Just like that guy right now. I'm never gonna tell anybody to do business with him, but it's just to say that, look, man, whenever you do something like that, and you're not telling it to your client that you're doing something like that, you need to think to yourself. Think. Use your brain. Use your brain. Think to yourself. Is my reputation worth to get $200 more? Is it worth less than $200 so that I have to adding this stuffing? Or I just could honest tell my client, hey, look, my profit is so thin. That reason why it's really hard for me to prepare product for you at the right price. So, hey, could you help me to add up just $50 more for each container, so that I could make sure that the product is going well, and surely you're gonna happy with it too. I'm gonna make sure that there's no bad quality in the container. And that's it. You're gonna keep your reputations. The product gonna be good. I'm gonna be happy. My client happy. You're gonna be happy. And we do business long terms together. So guys, don't ever, just whenever you're about to think of a trick, you're about to think of a new trick to make a little bit more profit, and you have to be dishonest about it. You have to be lying to your client to get a little bit more of that advantage. Then stop it. If you really want to build a long-term business with no trick, with no things, just keep your reputations clean. Just keep your words clean. And for any of you who want to purchase fruit from Vietnam or charcoal from Vietnam, and don't want to work with a supplier who will ruining his reputation because of $200, you should contacting me, because I'm not gonna do so myself. I'm gonna die to keep my reputation to be known as one of the most honest people on this planet. And I'm not gonna die before that. I don't care. I don't care about losing money. I don't care. It's not gonna be lying if I say I don't care. I care, but I don't care if I have to pay it because of my mistake. And I'm gonna keep my reputation for that. I don't care about $200. I don't care about $500. I don't care about $1,000 profit. All I care about the profit of my whole life. I care about the team, a business partner that could go with me. I could go with together, and we could go together to building a team, a good partner for next year, next 20 years, next 30 years. So I'm focusing on that. Any of you who don't focusing on that, please don't contact me. Please, because I don't want it. Thank you. You have an amazing day.